Audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Camille Majdali.
We're talking about why we get it so wrong so often when looking for Mr. or Miss Right. Well, there are a lot of people we like to take advice from, Camille. But not all of the advice we receive is coming as wise advice. How do you judge what's wise and what's not?
Well, first of all, Neil, I want to say that if we're going to get it right when looking for a life partner, we need to be open to wise counsel from credible sources. People who know us well, people who know the other party well, people who have our best interests at heart. If there was a single biggest reason why people get it wrong, it's their refusal to either seek wise counsel or they ignore it when it's given. Even in the case where I told you earlier of the individual who I've known for years and they wanted to marry and they're Christian and they're solid but their marriage just bust up. I'm pretty sure this was one of the factors of how they got it wrong. They didn't seek counsel from people they know and respect, nor did they speak to people who knew the other party well. In fact, the other party apparently didn't even have many friends to speak, but they're still family. They're still people in the church, people who can see this person for what they are better than when you're up close and personal, like in a dating relationship. So as I said, let me reiterate. The failure to heed wise counsel or to even seek it could be the biggest single reason that we get it wrong.
We often want to hear the counsel that we think is right. And if we hear something that contradicts the way we're already going, we tend to not want to hear that. And as you say, we tend to want to ignore it. But I suppose that's not the issue. The issue is the credibility of the wisdom that's coming from the counsellor who's talking to us, and then how humble we are to be able to implement that wisdom in our own lives.
Well, you know, the book of Proverbs teaches us how to have practical divine wisdom. 3 times in Proverbs, it talks about the benefit, not just of a counselor, and I don't mean psychological counsel. I mean somebody who gives you good counsel, somebody who knows you, somebody who's practical, somebody whose feet are on the ground. It tells us in Proverbs 11:14, where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. That is a very powerful and profound verse, Neil, because it's saying, without the wise counsel, you will fall. You will get it wrong. You will make a terrible mistake. But in the multitude, so it's not just one opinion, it's several choice, mature, credible pieces of advice. You will have a much better chance of getting it right.
I guess when we appreciate that we have so much to lose when we get it wrong, the wisdom of those wise counselors becomes so much more valuable.
Absolutely. And may I add, while I have a chance here, Neil, do not ignore the counsel of parents. This is very common. People don't want to hear what their parents have to say about this party that they are dating or hope to marry. But that is foolish in the extreme. Sometimes it'll be a Christian person with non-Christian parents and saying, well, what would my non-Christian parents know? Well, the fact is, even non-Christian parents know you, the person. They know you in some ways better than you know yourself. And I do believe there is a divine honoring and order here, honoring mother and father. We would do well not to ignore the ringing alarm bells coming from parents when we're in a relationship. It could save us a lot of grief.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Camille Majdali from Teach All Nations. For more from Dr. Majdali, including books and DVDs on prophecy, Bible commentaries, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future, go to vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.